Hey everybody, welcome to Pages and Pores. My name is Robert, and I had a different video planned for this week, but I'm going to put it back a week because I wanted to do something that a bunch of mail that just came in made possible. I did my choosing for my classics reads for next year recently, and I have a long list of about 144, 148 titles, something like that, and I just use a random generator to choose which ones I'm going to read in which order. And so I went ahead and did that for 2024 and then ordered copies of the ones that I didn't already have. And so I just want to take you through the 12 books that I'm going to be reading in 2024, and if you want to read any of these along with me, you're welcome to do so. The first one is Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass, which is of course a sequel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and it comes together in this single volume, and it's not very long, so I'll probably go ahead and reread Alice's Adventures as well, just as a refresher. It's been a lot of years since I've read this. So that's January's title. February's title is a big one, and this is one I read many years ago. This is The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. 650 plus pages of Henry James dense prose, but I remember really liking this one. I haven't liked all of Henry James that I've read, but I really enjoyed this one of his longer works. So February is going to have a mammoth, or I guess it's not officially a mammoth until it hits 800 pages. I'm not sure what the rules are. And then in March, I'm going to be doing some traveling, so I may have trouble reading in March, but I'm going back to Jane Austen, and I'll be reading Sense and Sensibility again. It's been several years since I've read this one. And you'll notice these are all from the Penguin English Library. At least a good number of them are. The last couple are not, because they just didn't have the titles I wanted. In April, I'll be reading Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is one I've read several times, but it's time to go back and revisit it one more time. In May, a short one, Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, one of the modernist masters of interior dialogue and all the different techniques that the modernists were using to fracture time and space and everything else. And then in June, I'll be reading another one by Henry James, The Turn of the Screw. This is in a volume together with Daisy Miller, two of his novellas. I'm not sure if I'll read both. I'm definitely just going to read The Turn of the Screw for sure. And then if I have time, I'll read Daisy Miller as well. So that's the first half of the year. Not too bad. Wait till you see the second half of the year. We start off July with another Joseph Conrad. We just read The Secret Agent about a month or two ago, and of course I'm a big fan of Heart of Darkness. Lord Jim is one of his other sea stories. This is a used copy. They don't, I guess they're not printing the Penguin English Library edition of this currently, so I had to get a used copy of this one. Then we get to the big boys. In August, War and Peace. I'm supposed to read this in August. I don't know if I can read all of this in August, but I'm going to give it my best shot. It's only 1,350 pages, something like that, fairly small print. I'm probably going to do this one combination of text and audio to keep the pronunciation of the names straight more than anything else. I have not read War and Peace before. I've read Anna Karenina not too long ago. I've read some of his shorter works, but I've never read the big boy. So War and Peace it is in August. That alone would make for a really big year, but that's just the warm-up. In September, we're going back to James Joyce's Ulysses. This was a book I had to read in my very first semester of graduate studies, and it almost made me quit graduate school. And I haven't picked it up since. But I'm going to go back and give it one more try. It'll be the last time I read it, even if I love it. It's probably going to be the last time I ever get a chance to read this. But another big honking novel, a lot of which doesn't make any sense, but that's what the random wheel said you're reading this year. And then the last 3 months of the year are devoted to Tolkien. I've read The Hobbit before, but I haven't read any of the 3 volumes of The Lord of the Rings. So in October, November, and December, the last 3 months, each one of those months, I'm going to read one of the 3 volumes of The Lord of the Rings, and another bucket list item checked off of my list. This and War and Peace were 2 massive bucket list items that both just happened to pop up in this year's random spin. So I'm looking forward to it. A little bit of trepidation, but I'm also looking forward to finally getting to these books that I have put off for 50 years. Just never have picked them up. So those are my 12 books, if you count this as 3. Those are my 12 classics for 2024. I still have 3 more to finish up this year, of course, but then we'll get started on that stack there. So if you are interested in reading along with me on any of those, please grab a copy or an audiobook and read along and talk with me in the comments, because I'm going to need some moral support come the second half of next year. All right, everybody, short one tonight, but I'll do my regularly scheduled video that I had planned for this weekend next Friday. I'll see you again Monday with a whiskey video. Until then, see you later, everybody. Bye.